The Class 108 diesel multiple unit was introduced by British Railways between 1958 and 1960 as part of the modernisation plan and was intended to replace steam-hauled services in suburban areas and secondary services. 333 vehicles were constructed by BR Derby Works consisting of driving motors, or power cars, driving trailers and trailers formed into 2 or 3 car sets. Originally entering service with the Eastern region and London Midland region, with many later being reallocated to Scottish and Western regions. The units proved to be relatively reliable, many being refurbished before finally being withdrawn around 1993. The Keith and Dufftown Railway operate 5 vehicles formed into 2 two-car units that form the backbone of passenger services on the line. There are 3 driving motors and 2 trailers, one trailer having been refurbished into the line's award-winning Dram Tram and the subject of this video. The Dram Tram started life in 1960 as a driving trailer composite lavatory, an unpowered vehicle with 3 saloons capable of carrying 53 second-class passengers and 12 first-class passengers, plus a driver and second man in the cab. The driving trailer has the same dimensions as a power car, being 57 feet 6 inches or 17.53 meters long, 12 feet 4 inches or 3.77 meters high and 9 feet 2 inches or 2.79 meters wide. Unsurprisingly, given the lack of engines, the trailer is 8 tons lighter than a driving motor, weighing in at 21.5 tons. At the front we can see the headboard, marker and headlights and the draw gear. 108s use blue square multiple operation in common with many other first generation DMUs. Moving round the side we can see the speedometer cable attached to the front axle and the relatively simple bogie. The 108s had coil-sprung primary suspension and leaf-sprung axles, which could give a poor ride at higher speeds. The unpowered trailer vehicles had dynamos suspended from the rear of one bogie, driven by a belt from the axle. In this case, the belt has been removed and the Dram Tram gets its electrical power from batteries, charged either by the attached power car or shore power. Vacuum clasp brakes are provided, and unlike the power cars, the vacuum cylinders are mounted on the chassis rather than the bogie. The front cylinder and linkage can be seen here. Other than brake cylinders, electrical equipment and battery boxes, the only other underframe equipment is the heater for the passenger saloon. The small fuel tank and heater can be seen here alongside the second vacuum cylinder. At the rear we can see the same screw coupling, electrical and vacuum connections as the front to allow multiple working. Above this is the corridor connection to allow movement within the set, and to either side can be seen the water filler pipes for the lavatory. The 108s were delivered in all over plain green, later speed whiskers and then yellow panels were added. The units started to receive all over rail blue in 1966 with multiple variations of warning panels. In the late 70s the units were refurbished, with most being painted standard blue-grey. The final livery worn by some of the class was Network Southeast. The Dram Tram has a variation of the original green livery but with gold lining. The driving trailer, like the non-brake driving motor, had 53 second-class seats, in a 3+2 configuration in the main saloon, and 12 first-class seats, configured in a 2+2 arrangement, located in the compartment behind the driver, though they were all later declassified to give seating for 65 second-class passengers. However, the Dram Tram now seats 28 in considerably more comfort than in BR days. Seating is split between connoisseur class and the nosing snug. As the name suggests, the Dram Tram also has a well-stocked whiskey bar. driving cab features the standard Derby layout, with engine warning panel to the driver's left above the start button. On the left of the console is the power controller and the gear selector on the right, with the speedometer, tachometer, vacuum and air pressure gauges between. The brake controller sits towards the center of the cab. From here you can get a good idea of a 108 driver's view. I hope you have enjoyed this brief overview of this unique Class 108. A link to a further Dram Tram video is in the description.